Okay, so next topic which we are going to start today, that is tendency of liquefaction of a gas. इससे पिछले वाले टॉपिक में हम लोगों ने एंड्रयूज कर्व्स डिस्कस किए थे जिसमें लिक्विफिकेशन ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड दैट वाज एक्सप्लेन्ड एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट तीन फिनोमेना हमने एक्सप्लेन किए. वन वाज द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर, क्रिटिकल प्रेशर एंड क्रिटिकल वॉल्यूम. So critical temperature was the temperature above which the gas cannot be liquefied. Critical pressure was the pressure at critical temperature which was required to liquefy a gas, and critical volume was the volume which was occupied by a gas at critical temperature and critical pressure. So that was what we had done. Now the liquefaction of gases, it was also explained on the basis of van der Waals constant. तो हम लोगों ने van der Waals का एक constant किया था which was A, right? This constant was due to forces of attraction, right? It is generally seen that greater the value of A, greater the value of A, more is going to be the forces of attraction, and hence more easily a gas is liquefied. Okay, so we are saying that if the value of A that is going to be more, तो forces of attraction ज़्यादा होंगे और gases को easily हम लोग liquefy कर सकते हैं. On the basis of this, it is seen that sulfur dioxide that can be very easily liquefied. फिर उसके बाद अमोनिया, अमोनिया के बाद वाटर, वाटर के बाद कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. This is because the value of A for sulfur dioxide that is going to be the greatest. Now because of this, we also say there are certain gases like oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, helium. In सबकी value of A is small. Therefore, all of these they are said to be permanent gases. ठीक है? So इनको हम लोग permanent gases बुलाते हैं because they have very low value of A and they cannot be easily liquefied. Then when we are talking of liquefaction of a gas, we talk of another factor which is known as compressibility factor. This is very important और ये जो compressibility factor है that is represented or denoted by capital Z. When we talking of compressibility factor, mathematically the compressibility factor that is given as Z is equal to PV upon nRT. ठीक है? This is going to be the value Z that is equal to PV upon nRT. When we talking of Z over here in terms of volume alone, in that case Z की जो value आती है that is equal to volume of real gas upon volume of ideal gas. So in the question the real gas का volume or ideal gas का volume will be given to you and you are expected to calculate the value of Z. ठीक है? Now over here this can be also written as V real upon V ideal. Okay, so this is how we calculate the value of Z. Now Z has a lot of significance while we are talking of compressibility. It is said that if the value of Z that is equal to 1, the gas that behaves as an ideal gas, because over here we can see according to the expression, अगर Z की value 1 आ जाएगी तो PV will become nRT and that is true for the ideal gas equation. ठीक है? Second, if Z is greater than 1, if Z is greater than 1, then the gases show positive deviation from ideal gas behavior. they are going to show positive deviation from ideal gas behavior, or in other words we can say कि ये real gases की तरह behave करेंगे अब. So positive deviation if they are showing, that means these gases they are going to be less compressible. They cannot be compressed easily. All those for which the value of Z that is greater than 1. Then it is seen, number 3, if the value of Z is less than 1. In that case, these gases they show negative deviation. They are going to show negative deviation, and as a result of this, these are going to be more compressible. So question इसमें से आपको कैसे आ सकता है? They can give you the volume of the real gas, they can give you the volume of the ideal gas, and उससे आप Z calculate करोगे. Z calculate करके अगर Z की value equal to 1 आ जाती है, the gas is behaving as an ideal gas. अगर Z की value greater than 1 आएगी, then that is going to be less compressible gases, and if the value of Z is going to be less than 1, that they are going to be more compressible gases. This can be explained with the help of a graph. So if we are plotting a graph over here between the compressibility factor and P, right, it is seen that for an ideal gas, this is going to be the graph. So when graph is over here, Z is equal to 1, and we say that the gas that behaves as an ideal gas, right? अगर positive deviation show करता है, जैसे कि positive deviation show करेगा हीलियम और हाइड्रोजन के लिए, तो इससे ऊपर क्या हुआ positive deviation for this Z that is going to be greater than 1, and we said that if Z is greater than 1, the gas that is going to be less compressible. ठीक है? Clear हो गया? Now if the value of Z becomes less than 1, in that case the gases they are going to show negative deviations. So let's say कि a gas is showing this kind of a behavior. This kind of a behavior is shown by N2. So you can see over here that at low pressures the gases they are showing negative deviation, but जब pressure increase करते हैं they start showing positive deviations. ठीक है? So for this Z is going to be going to be less than 1, and hence these gases they are going to be more compressible. Another one which we can take over here is CH4. This is the graph for CH4. Again at low pressure it is showing negative deviation, that is it is going to be more compressible, और pressure जब increase हो जाता है तो उसकी compressibility that is going to decrease. And finally we have carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide that is showing the maximum negative deviation, right? So we have 3 conclusions over here. The first conclusion is that at very low pressure, if the pressure is very low, then in that case PV that becomes equal to RT, and the value of Z you can see over here that becomes equal to 1. ठीक है? If the pressure is low, this is at very low pressure, second हमारी observation आती है at low pressure. At low pressure PV is going to be less than RT, as a result of which Z will show a negative deviation. Z is going to be less than 1, and the gases they are going to be more compressible. But when we are talking at high pressure, PV that is going to be greater than RT. So at high pressure you can see over here all are showing positive deviations, and Z that is going to be greater than 1, and hence the gases they cannot be easily compressed. ठीक है? So these are the three observations which can be seen for the graph. For gases like hydrogen and helium, the value of Z that is going to be always less than 1, or in other words we say that they are going to show positive deviations, hence they cannot be liquefied or compressed easily. Got it? तो इसमें से आपको conceptual question आते हैं. तो जो क्या कहते हैं highly liquefiable gases होते हैं, जैसे कि हमने Andrews graphs के accordingly करा था. Carbon dioxide is a highly liquefiable gas because it has a high critical temperature of 30.8 degree Celsius. ठीक है? So इस करके ये जो gases होती हैं, at low pressure they can be easily liquefied, but at high pressure then again they cannot be easily compressed. Got it? Okay. Then इसके बाद then we come to another very important topic, that is specific heat of gases. All right. What do we understand by specific heat of gases? Specific heat जो होती है gases की, that is the amount of heat required, to raise the temperature of 1 gram of a gas by 1 degree centigrade. 1 gram of a gas by 1 degree centigrade, that is known as specific heat. The specific heat can be calculated at constant volume, which is denoted by CV, right? And it is said that according to kinetic gas equation, which we had already done, according to the kinetic gas equation, we know that PV that is equal to 3/2 RT, right? अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे PV ले रहे हैं 3/2 RT, तो we can also say that kinetic energy that is equal to 3/2 RT, right? और अगर ये 3/2 RT है, so in that case increase in kinetic energy क्या होगी? Increase in kinetic energy when temperature is raised by 1 degree Celsius. If the temperature is raised by 1 degree Celsius, so we say that the increase in kinetic energy that will be equal to initial kinetic energy, which is 3/2 RT, ठीक है, प्लस टेम्परेचर आपका 1 डिग्री से इंक्रीज कर गया, सो 3/2 R T plus 1, तो total kinetic energy will be increased by this factor over here, right? So in other words we say that when we calculate this increase in kinetic energy, that will become equal to 3/2 R. Okay, so this is the increase in kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy as we are talking of over here, constant volume अगर हम लोग लेते हैं, तो constant volume पे kinetic energy की वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगी? That will become equal to 3/2 R. CV is going to be equal to 3/2 R, and CV at higher temperature that will be given as 3/2 R plus X. Okay, now the first equation which we are giving over here, this is equation for monoatomic gases, whereas CV is equal to 3/2 R plus X. This is the equation for diatomic and polyatomic gases. Okay, in a similar manner we have heat capacity at constant pressure. Which will be given as Cp. Okay, अब यहाँ पे if we are looking at the relationship between Cp and Cv, it is seen that the value of Cp that is equal to Cv plus gas constant R. Okay, this we will also do in thermodynamics in detail, or in other words we can say that Cp minus Cv that is going to be R. The ratio of Cp and Cv that gives us a ratio which is known as Poisson ratio. जिसको हम लोग गामा के साथ डिनोट करते हैं, Poisson ratio gamma. This gamma gives us the atomicity of a gas. Atomicity of a gas. It has certain fixed values. जैसे for example, for a monoatomic gas, the value of Poisson ratio is equal to 1.66. Poisson ratio को हम कैसे देंगे? It is the ratio of Cp upon Cv. This is how you will calculate. ठीक है? So 1.66 आता है, तो it means this is a monoatomic gas. If the ratio that is coming to 1.40, then it is going to be a diatomic gas. And if the ratio comes to 1.33, then this is going to be a polyatomic gas. ठीक है? So Poisson ratio की ये फायदा रहता है कि इससे आपको atomicity of a gas जो है वो we can calculate. So with this we finish the gaseous state. Let's go on to the liquid state, the second state of matter. The second state which we are going to study, that is the liquid state of matter. Now when we are looking at the properties of liquid state in accordance with the kinetic theory of gases जैसे था, उसी तरह से kinetic theory of liquids was also proposed. So what were the postulates of kinetic theory? Kinetic theory of liquids. According to this theory, again, just as gases is made up of molecules, liquids are also made up of molecules. Gases may be formed of atoms also, but in case of liquids, mostly molecules are formed, but there are certain atomic forms also present. For example, mercury has atoms instead of molecules. ठीक है? Then number 2, the molecules are quite close to each other with respect to gases. They are closer to each other with respect to gases. The intermolecular forces of attraction are large. ठीक है? And then the molecules, they are going to be in a state of random motion, and the kinetic energy of the molecules, that is directly proportional to temperature. So these are the postulates of kinetic theory of liquids. Depending upon these postulates, we can explain the characteristics of a liquid. The first characteristic is that it has a definite volume, but no definite shape. It has a definite volume but no definite shape. You know that it is going to take the shape of the container in which it is kept. ठीक है? Then when we are talking of liquids, it is seen that densities of liquids are greater than gases. Okay, why are they greater than gases? Because the molecules, they are more closely packed in this case, as a result of which masses उसके ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं liquids के, and the densities they are going to be more. ठीक है? Then number 3, the liquids are relatively incompressible as compared to gases, right? They are going to be incompressible as compared to gases. Why? Because the molecules, they are closely packed. So if you are trying to compress the liquids, there is an overflow of liquids which is going to take place. ठीक है? फिर उसके बाद next जो property है, they diffuse, the diffusion, rate of diffusion, or we say the property of diffusion is slow as compared to gases. Why this is happening? ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Because the spaces between the molecules, that is very less. तो अगर आप देखते हो, if you take a tumbler of water and you just put 3-4 drops of ink in it, you will see that slowly clouds of ink, they are going to be formed, and the rate of diffusion, that is going to be very less as compared to gases. Gases में तो क्या होता है कि अगर आप दो gases को mix करोगे, immediately they will diffuse into one another and intermix. But liquids take more time because the molecules of the liquid, they are closely packed as compared to that of the gases. ठीक है? So this is the characteristics. Let's go on to certain important properties of liquids. Okay. So when we are talking of certain important properties, the first property which we are going to discuss, that is going to be evaporation. Evaporation क्या होता है? Evaporation is the escape of surface molecules of a liquid. So the escape of the surface molecules of a liquid, that process is known as evaporation. So we can clearly see that evaporation, that is going to be surface phenomena. Now, why the process of evaporation that is taking place at the surface only? If we're looking at a beaker over here and we're looking at a molecule which is placed in the center and the molecule which is placed at the surface, right? Now what is happening over here? This is just having one kind of pull, which is the inward pull. If this inward pull that is overruled, or this inward pull that can be you can say overruled by certain temperature conditions or by certain flow of wind conditions, in that case the kinetic energy of the surface molecules, that will increase and they can easily leave the surface. So this is the process of evaporation. When we are talking of process of evaporation, what are the factors on which evaporation that is going to depend? Let's see. Number 1, the process of evaporation that will depend upon nature of the liquid. That is going to depend upon the nature of the liquid. It is seen if the forces of attraction between the liquid molecules is more. In that case, the rate of evaporation, that is going to be less. क्योंकि अगर molecules में attraction ज़्यादा रहेगी, तो molecules को vapor state में या molecules को escape करने में ज़्यादा दिक्कत रहेगी. So उसकी वजह से whenever there are more or greater forces of attraction, the rate of evaporation, that is going to be less. So we can say that evaporation, that is going to be inversely proportional to forces of attraction. evaporation is going to be inversely proportional. तो अगर हम लोग एग्जाम्पल ले रहे हैं ईथर का, राइट, और फिर उसके बाद अल्कोहल और उसके बाद वाटर, इन ऑल दीज थ्री केसेस वाटर में फोर्सेस ऑफ अट्रैक्शन सबसे ज्यादा है, तो रेट ऑफ इवेपोरेशन दैट इज गोइंग टू बी the least in case of water because hydrogen bonding that is increasing. ठीक है? Similarly, if we are taking examples of alcohol, glycol, and glycerol, over here also we can see that the hydrogen bonding increase. Because hydrogen bonding is increasing, the rate of evaporation that will keep on decreasing. Second, the rate of evaporation depends on the surface area. Because evaporation is a surface process, तो जितना ज्यादा surface area होगा उतना ही evaporation ज्यादा होगा. So we can say that surface area that is going to be directly proportional to evaporation. This can be very clearly explained by taking water in two different vessels. एक आप ग्लास में ले लो और दूसरा आप कटोरी में ले लो, तो कटोरी में क्या होगा, और पेट्री डिश में ले लो तो क्या होगा, the surface area is going to be more in a petri dish. So the exposed surface, the surface molecules, they are going to be more, kinetic energy इनकी ज्यादा हो जाती है, they can easily escape the surface. ठीक है? Thirdly, evaporation is going to depend upon temperature. As we know that kinetic energy that is going to be directly proportional to temperature. तो अगर temperature increase करेगा तो kinetic energy भी increase करेगी, और अगर kinetic energy surface molecules की increase करेगी, it can easily escape the surface of the liquid. Therefore, we say that evaporation that is going to be directly proportional to temperature. जैसे जैसे टेम्परेचर बढ़ता है वैसे वैसे इवेपोरेशन भी बढ़ता है. एंड यू नो दिस कि अगर हॉट समर डे में हम लोग कपड़े सूखने के लिए डालेंगे तो दे आर गोइंग टू ड्राई फास्टर. ओके, वेयर एज अगर आप ठंड में डालोगे तो देन दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू ड्राई, राइट. देन द फोर्थ फैक्टर इज flow of wind. Now if wind is blowing, then what it does is it is going to agitate the surface molecules of the liquid. उस agitation की वजह से the surface molecules they overcome the forces of attraction and hence the rate of evaporation that is going to be more. ठीक है? So we say that flow of wind is also directly proportional to evaporation. Then the fifth point which we have is humidity. Humidity. If you're talking of humidity, humidity क्या होता है? It is the amount of moisture which is present in the atmosphere, right? So अगर amount of moisture atmosphere में ज़्यादा होगा, then the liquids which are escaping from the surface of the liquid molecules. So in that case, what is going to happen is कि the atmosphere is going to say no to the incoming molecules. The atmosphere already has a lot of water vapor, concentration of water vapor in the atmosphere is already more, so it will not accept any more molecules of water. So अगर humidity ज़्यादा होती है तो evaporation कम होता है. Humidity is going to be inversely proportional to evaporation. So this is the first phenomenon of liquids. The second phenomenon of liquid is heat of vaporization. Heat of vaporization. What do we understand by this term, heat of vaporization? It is the quantity of heat required It is the quantity of heat required to evaporate a unit mass of a liquid. Evaporate a unit mass of a liquid at constant temperature. At constant temperature. ठीक है? So it is the quantity of heat required to evaporate a unit mass. One particular amount of liquid which is evaporated at constant temperature, उसके लिए जितनी heat चाहिए उसको हम लोग क्या बुलाते हैं? Heat of vaporization. This heat of vaporization is going to depend upon the following factors. Number one, heat of vaporization is directly proportional to intermolecular forces. If the intermolecular forces between the liquids that is going to be more heat will be required to evaporate a particular quantity of the liquid. ठीक है? So heat of evaporation that is going to be directly proportional to intermolecular forces. Now you can take this with the help of an example. Like if hot water that drops on your hand, तो क्या होगा? Your hand is going to burn. ठीक है? अब क्यों वो burn हो रहा है? That is because heat of vaporization of water that is going to be more. Because forces of attraction जो है वो water के अंदर ज़्यादा है. अगर heat of vaporization ज़्यादा होगी, तो heat of vaporization basically क्या करेगी? It is going to what it is going to do? Heat of vaporization अगर ज़्यादा है, it is going to burn your skin. In a similar manner हम लोग बोलते हैं कि जब हम लोगों को sweating होती है, पसीना आता है, तो उसके बाद आप अपने आप को पंखा देते हो तो क्या होता है? You start feeling cool, you feel cool ना? क्यों आप cool feel करते हो? That is because जो हमारी स्किन के ऊपर वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स होते हैं in the form of sweat, जब आप उनको हवा दे रहे हो तो वो क्या कर रहे हैं? They are going to evaporate. अगर वो evaporate करेंगे तो वो body heat को अपने साथ ले लेते हैं, अपने साथ लेके उड़ जाते हैं. Because they are taking the body heat with them, that is the reason why we start feeling cold. Okay. Similarly, when we're talking of alcohol or we're talking of ether, in that case, the heat of vaporization that is going to be less because intermolecular forces of attraction जो है वो कम होते हैं. ठीक है? Second factor जिसके ऊपर ये depend करता है, it is going to be inversely proportional to temperature. It is going to be inversely proportional to temperature. मतलब अगर temperature ज़्यादा है तो heat of vaporization कम है, और अगर temperature कम है तो heat of vaporization ज़्यादा है. So this is the reason why it is said that heat of vaporization that causes cooling. It is going to cause cooling. And it is also said that at critical temperature, the heat of vaporization is zero. At critical temperature, the heat of vaporization that is going to be equal to zero. ठीक है? Is it clear? So अभी हम यही तक करते हैं. We are left with 3 more properties of the liquids which we will do in the next class.